Galaxy has one of my favorite decks ever created. I've played this deck since it came out. It's been in my heart for the longest. So today I'm pretty happy to show you guys my take on it. Now, I'm a disclaimer. I'm gonna have 3 videos for this, right? The first one here, this is going to be the turn 1 skip build. The second video, it's going to be the Galaxy Therion, and the third video is going to be like my Galaxy Eyes deck, like how I feel it should be ran. So it'll all be the same, just a little bit different twists. So don't think like, oh, this is the most consistent, because this is just something I'm testing out, which is the skip your opponent's turn build. So I'm going to show you guys the main deck, the extra deck, and the side deck like I always do. Also, thank you guys for getting me to like 11 subscribers so far. Pretty nuts, pretty nuts, pretty nuts. You know what I mean? I know my 2 videos got like 100 views, I think. So that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Appreciate it. So anyways, let's just get into it. Hopefully you guys are digging these. I'll be getting, so little thing, I will be upgrading this camera pretty soon, and I'll be getting some duels into for y'all, etc., etc. I might do like a 1 deck 1 month thing. Shout out to Winter Kills. Just try it out, this deck or other decks that I do like. So all right, let's get into it. So start off, we have the 3 cards, the best card in the deck. That's right, Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. And I still have my first ed ghost playset near mint. Let me show y'all here in this camera. Look at this bad boy here, bro. I bought this card when it was like $10, bro, years ago. I'm so glad I did. It should help in price. But yeah, for this deck, you need to play this at 3. The ratios, people try to play this at 2. If you play this at 2, you can play 1 Afterglow. But you play this at 3, you play 2 Afterglow. That's just how it works. But it's like, you want to keep them at 3 because you want to have 1 in deck, 1 in your hand, and 1 in grave. You know what I mean? It's like you want to see them everywhere, essentially. So 3 of this card, you need him at 3. Card that everyone now is playing at 3. I've always played this at 3, honestly. 3 Wizard. I've always played Wizard at 3. One of my favorite cards in the deck. Summon, search any Galaxy card added to from your deck to your hand. 3. Bottom line, just 3. Make yourself level 8. We all know what he does. I mean, I'm sure those who are here, you know what this deck usually does, so I won't explain too much. Now we have the 3 Orbital. You know what Orbital does. Equip, search, summon, etc., etc. Yeah, 3 Orbital. This deck is nothing but just engine and search. The 3 Galaxy Soldier. I still have my secret, my World Superstar. Sorry, my World Superstar ones. I've had these since they came out. When they were like $2 each, and then they like went up to like 35 or 40. It was crazy. But yeah, I still have that. You want to play that at 3 also. Also searches out everything. Which normal summon. For the 2-ubs, I'm not so. Don't judge this too hard. This is just how I feel comfortable playing this deck with this kind of ratio. I run 2 Afterglow and 2 Vanisher with the 1 Photon Advancer. So these are the ratios I do run. I love Afterglow at 2. My logic behind him at 2 is you use 1 for a combo to summon, you know, and the second one is for the OTK combo. That's how I've always used this card in general, so that's how I'm going to keep using this card. Really good, really good. So you want to use those. Vanisher, you don't need 3. I think 3 is way too cloggy, and newsflash, I'm not running Rhoda and I'm not running Thrasher. I'm only running these warriors here. So, because they're searchable, you know what I mean? Searchable. You could run them if you want to. Like, you could run Rhoda if anything, but I wouldn't know what to take out, honestly, if I'm being very honest. So, I'm just running this ratio for now, which I like this ratio. I think it's pretty good. But then again, you might want to run it at 3. And now for the 1-ubs, I am running the 1 Summoner. I am running the 1 Slasher, believe it or not, and the 1 Emperor. So you only run Slasher if you run this skip a turn build. This is the only reason why you run it. If not, you don't run this card. Straight up. So I'm running him for an extra level 5. That's literally it. He has no other purpose except to just summon himself for the skip 1 turn build. Like, that's it. Like, he's not a secret tech. You have the 1 turn build, you run him for extra precaution. If not, I probably just run the freaking Roto over him, if I'm being honest. I like Summoner at 1, in my opinion. I think it's pretty good, but you could argue to play it at 2 if you want to, but it's like, Usually, I've noticed whenever I make like a really big board, and like if I use trance, um, if my opponent breaks that board, it's hard for me to come back anyway because I use like all my other stuff, you know, in the main deck. So I don't know. Maybe you could argue playing him at 2, but I like playing him at 1. You always play Emperor at 1 though. You never play this at 2. If you draw him, hey bro, you draw him. You can search out Soldier and pitch him. You know what I mean? 1. 1, 1, 1. Never 2. And the last cards, I am running obligatory 3 Ash Blossom because best card in the format, stops everything. And yeah, that's it for the monsters. Very, very self-explanatory, honestly. You know what I mean? Like this is, I like this ratio. You could you can argue with the Vanisher Advancer thing, like what if you want to outrun, because I know Winter Kills, he likes Thrasher like a lot, and I don't blame him. Thrasher's pretty cool, but there's some times where I would just hard draw a Thrasher where I would have a board where that could have been a Advancer instead. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like I said, this is the skip your opponent's turn build anyway, so maybe for the Therion build I'll switch it up for y'all. Now for the spell cards, obligatory 3 Sanctuary. This is not the Therion build, so this card is never dead, in my opinion. Pretty good, so run this at 3. 3 Pot of Prosperity. You need this card in this deck. I know what you're thinking, like, oh, you don't want to banish, like, your good extra deck stuff. Bro, half the time you're only summoning, like, maybe 2 or 3 cards in here. You know what I mean? And then, like, you'll either win or you'll move on. So this gives someone consistency. And it's like, I had comments in my last video, in my Cyber Dragon one, asking, like, why should I run this if I can't OTK? Bro, you can literally attack first and then activate Pot of Prosperity's main phase 2. All I'm saying. And plus, like, you know, like, you don't always have to OTK people. You know what I mean? Sometimes. Well, no, if you could do it, go for it. But just know you can activate that during your standby phase, or your main phase 2, sorry. I am running the 2 triple tactics and the 1 tactics in here. Sorry, thrust and tactics. I think this card is like a mandatory in this deck. The fact that you can switch out Trance and Sanctuary and your trap cards is crazy. You know what I mean? Like, this card is so good. Also, when we get Jumper, we might not even need Pot of Prosperity anymore. Yeah, crazy, right? You would Jumper in this deck, it'll be so much better. And the last spells I am running the 1 Expedition, the 100, and the 1 Trance. Usually you resolve this 1 time only, but I can see the argument of running this at 2. I think for the Therion build or the other build, I'll run this at 2, but for now, for the skip turn, I like running this at 1. You know what I mean? Plus, especially like since time is like a really big thing now, giving up that 2K is very brutal at times. And you run 1 Expedition because like this is a hard once per turn, and it's searchable at any time users off a wizard and off of your Galaxy Photon Dragon, so you can always get this card anytime you want to. I can see the argument of running it at 2. Maybe for this build, you might want to run this at 2 just to see it, because this is part of your main combo. Either this or opening up Slasher. One of those is, you know, part of the main combo, which I'll show you guys after the video. And the last trap cards I am running, obligatory 3 Imperm, staple format. And I am running the 1 Eternal Galaxy and the 1 Photon Stop. These are for your skip turn. I will show you guys the combo at the end, so then we get to the deck profile. So yeah, these are the only traps you run, those 5 traps. So that's for the main deck. That is solid 40 cards. You can make arguments to adjust it if you want to. There's no arguments here. I will take any kind of suggestion, but keep in mind, this is the skip your opponent's turn build. This is not the Therion build, and this is not the like official build for this deck yet. So keep that in mind. Now for the extra deck. The extra deck's pretty cool. The 1 Bujin, you know what this does. And the 2 Soul Flare. Wish's card was kind of better, but yeah, just these are the only ones you run. Theoretically, you could run this at just 1. You know what I mean? Just 1/1, but I feel like that's too risky. You know what I mean? So just those are the only links you play. The rank 4s, you run the 1 Blast Dragon and the 1 Galaxy Eyes. Sorry, the Galaxy Photon Dragon. This is part of your main combo. He is part of the skip your turn combo, which again, I'll show you guys at the very end of the video. Yeah, just 1. You don't need 2. I think 1 is just fine. And for the other combo, Durandal. Without this card, we cannot use the skip your opponent's turn. He is the key feature in this deck for that. For the 8s, for the non-Galaxy Eyes, but Galaxy Eyes, I guess, Hope Harbinger is one. Contrary to belief, some of y'all might hate me, but I'm running one Photon Lord. My personal opinion, you do not need 2 of these. You only need 1. Because, like, you'll only ever summon 1. This card's expensive anyways, you know what I mean? You only need just 1, bro. It's hard to get rid of him anyways. You know, just 1 is 100% fine, in my opinion. Cypher Dragon, we know what he does. I got the 1 ulti number 62 and the 1 number C62. These cards, not first ed, but it's still really nice. I like this card a lot. Look at this, man. I can't wait to get rid of this camera, get a better one. But look at this guy. Look at him, bro. He's so nice. But yeah, okay, cool. OTK machines. You know what these guys do. Move on. Don't got to talk about them too much. For the rank ups, I have the 1 fully armored. I have the 1 Cypher Blade. And I have the 1 Cypher X. I'm usually banishing this, and this. You know, like this. I mean, I'm usually banishing like this, and like Hope Harbinger off of my pot anyways. So but these are still pretty good to like pop stuff on the field. And the last one I am running is obviously Zeus. Zeus is pretty good, you know. Now for the side deck, this is just something I put together really quick. I didn't put too much thought into it, so don't like be too harsh with it. Just 3 Lancia. This helps against Kashtira, and this helps against Evenly Match. Evenly Match kills this deck. You can make your big board that can't be targeted, but if they go evenly, you freaking lose. So you just Lancia. There was a time where I was playing this deck actually, and I made big board that couldn't be targeted. He goes evenly. I just Lancia'd it. He scooped right after. He couldn't get past a monster negate, a spell sucker upper, and he couldn't target them or destroy them with card effects. You know what I mean? Crazy. 3 Lightning Storm and the 1 Duster for the back row. This is just what it's for, mainly. Plus, going second, you want to clear up your opponent's board as much as possible. Speaking of evenly, 3 evenly. Best card. Super good, super good. 3 goes in match in the side. This card is freaking bonkers in here. Everything in the extra inside and the main is light. So this doesn't hurt you like whatsoever. The last cards, I am running the 2 D-Barrier. You could run this at 3, but my third one didn't get here yet. I'd probably take out, I don't know, maybe a goes in match for the 3rd one, because I feel like that's more important. But yeah, okay. Now I'm going to show you guys the skip your opponent's turn combo. It's a 4-card combo, unfortunately. So if you open up with Wizard, Soldier, and Vanisher, and either Expedition or Slasher, you can skip your opponent's turn, obviously with no interruptions, but you know. For this sake of the video, we're going to open up with Thrasher instead of Expedition. I don't think we really need Expedition, so here's how the combo goes. You normal summon your Wizard, right? You special your Vanisher, Vanisher effects. You search for your Galaxy Eyes, add it from your deck to your hand. So now it's in the back, this is your hand. You tribute off your Wizard to search for your 100, right? You activate your 100 effects. 100, you're going to send Emperor from deck to grave. Emperor's effect will go off. Summon itself back. Now you have Mythic Edition to normal summon again, right? So now this is where you go Soldier effect. You pitch the Galaxy Eyes to reveal it, special it. Effect, you're going to search. You will search out your Summoner. The graveyard over here, actually, so you guys. Right, search out your Summoner. And now you normal summon your Summoner. Summoner effects. Target your Wizard and Graveyard. Push to the back. Effect's not negated, by the way. So now you go Wizard effect again, because it's not once per turn. You search out your Galaxy. Sorry, you search your Eternal Galaxy. Search this out first, because you can't search out Photon cards. Right? And now, this is when you overlay these two to create your Photon, your Galaxy Photon Dragon. Uses effect off rip. You want to send, I guess, Photon Vanisher to grave, in case you have Trance in your hand, to search out the third piece, which is your photon time stop. Now, again, with the slasher or the expedition in your hand, we have the slasher. We control XYZ monster, special summon this card. If it's positioned right here, right? Overlay these two into your Durandal, just like this. And now you're gonna set these two. On your opponent's draw phase, right? You activate your Eternal Galaxy, targeting your Photon Dragon to rank it up into your Photon Lord. And on the summon, you use his effects, right? You're going to place a Galaxy Eyes from your deck under him, right under him. Then when your opponent activates anything, you go Durandal effects. You go to Durandal effects. You pop this, but his effect states your opponent's popping this. So in this card's effect, when this card gets popped while you control a Galaxy monster with Galaxy Eyes under him, it skips your opponent's turn. So when this gets popped into graveyard or whatever, your opponent's turn ends right then and there. And then from there, you just, your turn, you draw whatever, rank up, and then you go for game. That is it. That's how you skip your opponent's turn. It takes a lot of setup, I'll be honest. I don't think it's the most consistent, but it's something I wanted to just try out. You know what I mean? Try it out in tournaments. So I will go with this to my local possibly Friday to see how it fares. And then when I do the Therion deck profile, I'll give you guys an update, and then I'll go Tuesday with that. And then for the next profile after that, I'll give you guys an update, and I'll give you guys the actual profile. But anyways, hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember to leave a like, comment, subscribe, join the Discord, etc. Oh, sub to my gaming channel, by the way. I'm close to 2K on there. Been grinding out super hard. If you guys like horror, I'm your guy. But if you like Yu-Gi-Oh only, stick over here. No big deal. But anyways, see you guys later. Peace.